In the nascent years of the United States, as the newly formed nation grappled with the complexities of governance, two towering figures emerged from the pages of history, destined to engage in a profound and often tumultuous rivalry that would shape the early republic. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, men of intellect, principle, and ambition, would become entwined in a spirited contest for political supremacy, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's founding narrative.
The roots of their rivalry can be traced back to the dawn of the American Revolution.
United by a common cause, Jefferson and Adams found themselves shoulder to shoulder in the Continental Congress, laboring side by side to draft the Declaration of Independence. Their collaboration during these heady days forged a bond, as both men shared a vision for a nation free from the shackles of British rule. Yet, even in these formative years, subtle differences in their political philosophies began to germinate.
Jefferson, the eloquent and idealistic Virginian, championed the cause of agrarian democracy.
His belief in the primacy of individual liberties and a decentralized government stood in stark contrast to Adams's more conservative and Federalist leanings. Adams, the Massachusetts statesman, harbored a deep-seated concern for the stability of the new republic, favoring a stronger central government and wary of the potential excesses of unchecked popular rule.
The early years of the republic were marked by a delicate balancing act. As the fledgling nation grappled with the challenges of defining its identity and structure,
both Jefferson and Adams, instrumental in the drafting of the U.S. Constitution, found themselves at the forefront of these debates. The tension between their competing visions for America began to simmer, laying the groundwork for a rivalry that would come to define an era.
As the 1796 presidential election loomed on the horizon, the nation stood at a crossroads. The departure of George Washington from the presidency left a void that demanded a leader capable of steering the ship of state through treacherous waters. The Federalist Party, under the banner of John Adams, and the Democratic Republicans, led by Thomas Jefferson, emerged as the primary political forces vying for the nation's trust.
The election unfolded against a backdrop of mounting international tensions, with the specter of European conflicts casting a long shadow over American politics. Adams, with his seasoned diplomatic experience and reputation as a steady hand, positioned himself as the candidate best suited to navigate the turbulent seas of international relations.
Meanwhile, Jefferson, the charismatic and articulate champion of the common man, appealed to those who feared the encroachment of a powerful federal government.
The campaign that ensued was marked by spirited debates and the emergence of a nascent party system. Adams's Federalists, with their emphasis on a strong central government and an aristocratic leadership, clashed ideologically with Jefferson's Democratic Republicans, who championed states' rights and a more egalitarian vision of American society.
As the election results were tallied, Adams emerged as the victor, securing the presidency with Jefferson as his vice president. The uneasy alliance forged during the Revolutionary War era persisted, but the seeds of discord had been sown. The fissures in their relationship widened as Adams faced the daunting task of guiding the nation through a turbulent period marked by international crises and domestic dissent.
The Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798, enacted during Adams's presidency, proved to be a flashpoint in their relationship.
These controversial laws, aimed at curbing dissent and restricting the activities of immigrants, drew the ire of Jefferson and his Democratic Republican allies.
Jefferson, deeply troubled by what he perceived as an assault on individual liberties, authored the Kentucky Resolutions in 1798, asserting the rights of states to nullify unconstitutional federal laws.
The schism between the two former comrades deepened as political animosities reached a boiling point. Adams, feeling the heat of partisan strife, became increasingly suspicious of Jefferson's motives and loyalty. Jefferson, in turn, viewed Adams as succumbing to monarchical tendencies, betraying the revolutionary ideals they had once shared.
The election of 1800 loomed large, a pivotal moment that would either solidify the Federalist vision or usher in a new era of Democratic-Republican ascendancy. The campaign was brutal, marked by personal attacks and scathing rhetoric. Adams, seeking re-election, faced a formidable opponent in Jefferson, who had become the standard-bearer of the opposition. The election results yielded a stunning outcome.
In a twist of fate that would come to define American democracy, Jefferson and his running mate, Aaron Burr, ended in a tie in the Electoral College. The election was thrown to the House of Representatives, where bitter partisan battles ensued. Ultimately, Jefferson emerged victorious. But the contentious nature of the election left scars that would linger for years to come. As Jefferson ascended to the presidency, he ushered in what he referred to as the Revolution of 1800. The transfer of power from one political party to another marked a watershed moment in American history, affirming the resilience of the nation's democratic experiment.
However, the bitter animosities between the Federalists and Democratic Republicans endured, leaving a fractured political landscape in their wake.
The letters exchanged between Jefferson and Adams during this period offer a poignant glimpse into the complexities of their relationship. Despite the acrimony of the political arena, a correspondence blossomed between the two statesmen, revealing a deep well of mutual respect and, at times, a shared sense of melancholy. Their letters, spanning the years of Jefferson's presidency and beyond, serve as a testament to the enduring power of friendship amidst the tumult of politics.
The influence of the Jefferson-Adams rivalry extended far beyond their terms in office. In the twilight of their lives, both men found themselves in a reflective mood, contemplating the legacy of the American experiment they had helped shape. The passage of time mellowed their animosities, and a genuine reconciliation began to take root.
In the waning years of the second decade of the 19th century, the correspondence between Jefferson and Adams reached a crescendo of intellectual exchange.
Their letters, rich in philosophical musings and reflections on the human condition, transcended the realm of politics.
The former adversaries found common ground in their shared desire for the success and perpetuity of the republic they had labored to establish. The correspondence climaxed with a poignant series of letters in the final years of both men's lives. As they entered the twilight of their existence, a deep sense of nostalgia and camaraderie pervaded their written exchanges. Jefferson, living in seclusion at Monticello, and Adams, residing in Quincy, Massachusetts, engaged in a philosophical dialogue that transcended the bitterness of their earlier years. In one particularly notable letter from Jefferson to Adams in 1816, he wrote, "I can say with truth that one act of Mr. Adams's life, and one only, ever gave me a moment's personal displeasure." Jefferson alluded to Adams' appointment of midnight judges. In the waning days of his presidency, a move that had lasting consequences for the judiciary. Despite this, Jefferson acknowledged the broader picture, expressing his gratitude for Adams' contributions to the independence of the nation. Adams, in turn, responded with a letter expressing his own regrets and fond memories. The passage of time had softened the edges of their political rivalry, revealing the enduring bonds of friendship that had weathered the storms of history. In a poignant reflection, Adams wrote, "You and I ought not to die before we have explained ourselves to each other." The exchange of letters between Jefferson and Adams continued until their final days. In a remarkable coincidence, both men passed away on the same day, July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the adoption of the Declaration of Independence.
Their deaths, occurring on the nation's Independence Day, seemed to carry a symbolic weight, marking the end of an era and the passing of the torch to a new generation. The legacy of the Jefferson-Adams rivalry is a complex tapestry woven with threads of friendship, political discord, and the enduring spirit of democracy.
In death, the two men became immortalized as not only architects of a fledgling nation, but as symbols of the resilience of the American experiment. The reconciliation that unfolded in their later years serves as a testament to the transformative power of time and reflection. As subsequent generations have studied the lives and legacies of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, their story has become a cautionary tale and an inspirational narrative. The Jefferson-Adams rivalry reminds us that even the most profound political differences can coexist with a shared commitment to the ideals of liberty, democracy, and the pursuit of a more perfect union. In the annals of American history, the relationship between Jefferson and Adams stands as a testament to the complexities of human nature and the enduring quest for a more just and enlightened society. Their rivalry, marked by moments of animosity and reconciliation, serves as a mirror reflecting the ongoing struggle to balance individual liberties with the collective welfare, a struggle that continues to shape the destiny of the United States to this day.